Welcome to Pod to Profit, the ultimate guide to building a profitable podcast and turning your passion into a business. I'm Liz, host of the Flower Farmer Forum podcast, a six-figure platform I've built by connecting with and serving others, and the Back to Better podcast, a self-help book club sharing my message of growing better instead of staying bitter.
And I'm Abby, a podcast producer with over 10 years of audio editing experience. I've helped launch successful shows on everything from cattle ranching to nonprofits to sports. Together, we're here to help you amplify your message, build a lasting platform, and turn your voice into profit. Let's dive in.
That should be our intro music. Hey there, and welcome to Pod to Profit. I'm Liz, host of the Flower Farmer Forum podcast, a six-figure platform I've built by connecting and serving my audience, and Back to Better podcast, where I share my passion for self-growth.
And I'm Abby. As a podcast producer with over a decade of audio editing experience, I've helped launch over 10 successful podcasts in genres like motherhood and cattle ranching, nonprofits, and sports. I specialize in making podcasts sound amazing and creating social media elements that go with them.
We're teaming up to help you create a podcast that not only grows your audience, but also builds a business that you're proud of. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a creator, or someone ready to take your story to the next level, this podcast is for you.
We'll cover everything you need to know, from picking the right equipment to landing great guests and turning your content into income. Plus, we're sharing free resources on our website and offering courses to help you go deeper.
This is more than a podcast. It's your chance to own your voice and create an evergreen platform that works for you. So subscribe now and let's make podcasting your most powerful business move yet. All right, we're done with the scripted part, telling you what the podcast is. Now let's be real, Abby.
Yeah, it feels really unnatural to be reading scripts with you.
It feels unnatural to be reading scripts, but you know what? We had to get that for this very first trailer episode. But here's the deal. I have multiple podcasts that I have turned into a business. And everyone thinks that it's this like fun little hobby, and they're like, oh, you're an influencer, or what is that? Or how do you make money? And everybody asks that. How do you make money? How do you make money? I'm like, well, it's a job. Like I work a lot. I work less than I used to when we first started, way less, because I know what I'm doing now. We decided to create this platform to share what we have learned.
Yeah, and I have helped people like you start podcasts in all different sorts of industries, and they're using it to not only grow their career, but also generate income for their businesses. And between the two of us, we both have a really unique perspective of what that kind of takes. And I feel like we can provide a lot of information for our audience.
Yeah. And I think that, our first couple episodes are going to be why podcasting? What is podcasting? What does that mean that it's evergreen? Like it's going to be very short, to the point. Our goal is about 15 to 25 minute episodes, very succinct on like certain topics, walk you through the journey, offer resources. Some of it's free, some of it's paid. We'll see what happens. But I think that it's meant to just help guide. And it's everything that I've done when it comes to podcasting is creating the space I want to hang out in. And my other podcast, Flower Farmer Forum, is all about teaching and growing and, like, where does the money come from? Well, yes, there's some online courses, but it's basically group coaching, group teaching. A lot of it is sponsorships. A lot of the money comes from, speaking gigs that get booked there. It's really hard to explain where the money comes from, but if you're smart about it, it will come and you will get justified for your time. Some of it's paid, Patreon or paid subscriptions, but there's so many different ways that you can do it.
And that's kind of the beauty of it, is that I have so many clients right now, and no two are the same in, one, their content, and two, how they're generating income from that content. So I'm really excited to share some tips and tricks without, totally wrecking their whole game plan. But I want to share what they're doing that's successful to help other people, because everyone's story is so unique that I think there's so many different ways to profit off of that.
And sometimes it's just marketing for your business. Sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes it's just building your brand and awareness and have something to post about. And that's okay too.
And that's great. That's actually great. More than okay.
If it's just a hobby, how do you monetize? And the thing is, it can't all be about money, and you can't, I do a lot of things about this because I coach flower farmers on building a business, and we talk about, money is not evil because you deserve to make money, when you deserve to be compensated for your time. And the fact is, it's not sustainable to say like, well, I'm just going to podcast as a hobby. That's not going to last because you can't spend 20 hours a week on maybe. I don't know.
Some people do, and good for you. If that's the kind of person you are, please call me because I want to be friends. That sounds like a great time because this all started for me as a hobby, but I'm one of those people where I always just accidentally end up monetizing my hobby and texting my accountant about it.
Accidentally. And I think that I have been approached by so many friends, acquaintances, followers on social media that have a platform. Maybe they have an audience on social media. Maybe they're trying to move from social media, whatever it might be. But, maybe they've tried an MLM or they're trying to build a team, but they're craving something bigger and they want something that's going to work for them. They want to own it, not be an affiliate or a sales rep for something else. They want to own their own brand, and a podcast is a great way to do it.
I would call it the perfect way, but I might be a little biased.
You're biased.
Well, we're so excited to have you along for the ride on Pod to Profit. We're excited to learn and grow, not only teaching you, but I'm sure we're going to learn stuff along the way as well. And we're just excited for this to kick off.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you listen, send the episode to someone. We're going to have every episode is going to be on the blog, on the website, podtoprofit.com. You can find us on socials at Pod to Profit. And we're so excited to connect with you. So if you like this, please let us know. We want to know who's listening.
And leave us a 5-star rating. We'll talk more about that in a future episode.